problem with this camera is like you need a...
This is a vlog, my recent road trip to Ireland last month with my mate Tomo. We headed to Pembroke in Wales where we took a ferry to Rosslare. It took about 4 hours on this. The sun came out and we actually just chilled on the top the whole way, which is super nice. Had really nice views there. Got into Rosslare about 5-6ish and then decided we're going to drive all the way to Tramore with no idea where we were staying, by the way. So we got there when the sun was setting, found this spot which in the morning was just so nice. Had these mad views. Place is called Newton Cove and it had these amazing little swimming spots where all the locals come and swim in the morning at like 7, 8. So we decided to jump in. That's me jumping in. After that morning, we spent most of the time driving towards the Ring of Kerry where we wanted to get to. After driving around looking for spots, we found this place next to the lake and we thought we'd stop here for the night. Did another swim in the morning, thinking that was a good idea. It was a lot colder than the sea, but it's still nice. Packed up the Jeep. The weather was getting a lot worse at this point, but we headed to Ladies View, which is just insane scenery there. Carried on, did a lot more driving, found some more spots. Started to learn that Ireland has such unpredictable weather. 1 minute it's nice, the next minute it's super rainy, and we just carried on around there, stopped off again. Realised that the oil was super low on that Jeep, so we had to sort that out. We were kind of on the hunt for a petrol station so we could get some. We couldn't find any in this one, but we carried on and we finished that Ring of Kerry and we ended up in Killarney to sample their local cuisine, obviously.
Guinness.
And Irish coffees, of course. Skipping ahead on this trip, we spent the second half of it in West Ireland and found this amazing spot. It's called Clifton Eco Campsite and it's right next to a river and the sea. We stayed there for a few nights and managed to get our fire pit out right on the edge there. It was our favourite place actually. The weather started to pick up at this point. It was nice blue skies, so we carried on. We'd heard about this spot, which was a really small pub called Sweeney's, just on the coast there, and we decided to do some more sampling, obviously. One of the locals there told us we can drive across this beach. I say beach, but this was actually part of the sea, and you can probably see from this video where the sea's coming closer and closer. I'll set up here to do some content with a drone. This is Tom trying to tell me that we need to move before we get washed up. So we left that beach and we headed off towards Dublin, which was a bit of a drive, but managed to get there, and that was our final stop before getting back. This is us in Dublin city centre. Had a look around the shops and things. We went down some nice streets and headed towards Temple Bar, which is quite famous in Dublin for their sampling of Guinness and things like that, which we did. Actually, we're sampling whiskey there, but this is the next morning and we're headed back on the ferry towards Holyhead, which is back in Wales. This is us queuing up. Tom's making some coffee out the back. We waited here for a bit and then we headed onto the ferry and back to the UK. And that concludes the trip really. Fully would recommend going around Ireland. Just expect the weather to be up and down and windy.